Hey everyone, thanks for being with me again. This is On the Mark. I'm here with Morgan Nelsen of Pflugerville Hendrickson. This is another great interview, and we are back at Ready to Run, the specialty run store here off of Far West Boulevard in Austin. Great place to be if you're a middle schooler, elementary school runner, a high schooler, 15% discount here on anything that you get. That's a really great deal. The one big thing with Ready to Run is, if you buy here, it stays here, it's local, it goes back into the community that invests into the store. So really appreciate, everyone that shops here and they appreciate you. So great community store. We'll start there first. Next, we're here with Morgan, and really it's been a great season for you. Junior season.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have, is the confidence this year for you rolling?
I think so. I think especially looking back at sophomore year, I think the confidence is honestly what's making such a big difference right now. It's I don't know if it comes with being an upperclassman or if I'm just more confident in my ability right now, because the confidence is.
So let's describe, what's it like to be a high school junior? How old are you? Say 17?
16.
16, okay. You're 16, you're a high school junior, and you're an upperclassman. What's it like to be a junior in high school at 16?
Kind of hectic, especially with cross country right now, just being what it is. Obviously junior year is a little bit rough, but we're getting through it, and I think we're making the most of it. So.
Yeah, for sure. Cross country, best season yet. You've won 6 races based on my count, but it might be more. Have you won 6 races or more?
That sounds right.
Okay. Third at HOKA McNeil.
Yes.
You've run a best of 17:44 for 5,000 meters. You won your 2nd district championship recently. You're going into regions on Monday in Huntsville.
Yes.
Big time for you. You got the states last year.
I did.
A little bit more kind of motivating you in 2025 though?
Yes, definitely. I think last year a big mental block was, okay, just have to get to state, but I think this year it's just so much more about how I do at state, and so I think we're going in with a lot more this year, but I'm excited for it.
Was that just coming into a new situation, feeling a bit nervous, or just feeling the environment? What's the difference between last year, you feel like, and going into this year with a better mentality?
I think because because I didn't go freshman year, and so I think sophomore year that was just what I wanted to do was, okay, I just want to get to state, and then I feel like once I did it, or once I qualified, I was like, okay, cool. But I think, but then when I ran that state race, I also thought immediately after, never again.
Yeah.
You cannot stop here. This is not the end. And so I think that is a great, motivating factor. And so, yeah, I think confidence is just, doing a big thing and just a lot more motivation this year.
Did you feel like you left any of it on the state course last year? Were there any areas of the race where when you looked at it, I could have had a little bit more there?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't really know what happened last year. I think it was just a rough race overall. I think the end of the season just kind of hit me hard last year, and so that's definitely something I've had to be smarter about this year. Is don't because cross country it's easy to get burnt out, and so I think that's something that I needed to be careful with this year, and it's looking really good. I'm still having a great time. So
Quickly about Pflugerville, it's by Austin. What's one thing about Pflugerville that you would tell people about the city, town?
I don't know. Pflugerville. My school, or
What's one interesting thing about Pflugerville? Is there nothing interesting?
I don't know.
That's
really
fair.
know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
People normally go to Run Rec or come over to Austin.
Yeah, I think that I think I've had to kind of work for a lot more. I I think Pflugerville is a good area, but I'm not coming from like a huge school like Round Rock or like that. I don't think I'm coming from a school that just produces elite runners year after year, and so I think that's something like I've kind of had to work for my name a bit more. So I think that's what I would say.
So
but overall,
proving ground for you a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's great to hear. What if you had to calculate what's behind your emergence this year? What would you say? Is it just sort of a driven nature? Was it just work ethic? Like, what's behind your emergence in 2025?
I think it's work ethic. But I think what's kind of crazy is like I'm not seeing it as work, and I think I think like whoa, I'm sorry, I just blanked. Yeah, I think it's a lot of work ethic coming from this year, and just like motivation, and just like I had a really great summer too, and I think that has kind of like, because I ran summer track, and so I think things are just building up one after another.
Was there a little bit more commitment over the summer for you?
Or
was it just an extended sort of like building on top? It's like building blocks, stepping stones.
Yeah, I think everything just keeps building on top of one another. Like once I do one thing, it's like, okay, I'm ready for the next. And I think that's honestly like been a really fun like journey to have, is like getting to just like, okay, great, this was great, but what's next? And so I think it's constantly just what's next. So
what club team do you run for?
Sorry?
What club team?
Texas Select.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And you said you ran the 3K over the summer.
I did, yes.
1,500.
Right. And then we did a few 800s, but when we got to like Junior Olympics, Nationals, I ran the 3K and the 1,500.
I covered AU for a long time, and it's one of those things over the summer where you know, obviously from track, you build out into the summer and you just keep running. Some people sometimes view that as like you're kind of wearing yourself down, as you mentioned earlier, or you could train through it. Did you just feel like you were kind of carrying over your training and, as you said, building over? So AU wasn't really a deterrent for you. It just was adding to what you already were building toward.
Yeah, because I just had like the best time with AAU this past summer. Like I absolutely love my team at Texas Select. I love my coach. And so I think honestly what I focused on over the summer was just having fun with it. And so that's what like me and my coach really dialed in on over the summer. And so I think that honestly has like, we were talking about like confidence, and like I think that is what's helping with cross country so much, is that I just had fun with it over the summer, and I think I've realized what it is to like genuinely love like running and training again. So
do you visualize your goals?
Yeah, I would say that I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you put that together? How do you visualize success? Like, what does that mean to you?
I think, what does that mean?
Is it a process for you?
I think so. I think there's just like different aspects of it. Like, I like, I like just seeing it, like seeing what it's going to look like in my head, I guess. I try to journal as much as I can, because, you know, like I have like inspirations, like professional track athletes, like Anna Hall. Like she's a big like advocate for journaling, so I've tried getting into that. But I think the biggest thing about talking about my goals though is just like praying about it. So I'm very passionate about my faith, and so I think that's the biggest component of it overall.
What Anna Hall is a heptathlete,
right?
Who does run the 800, obviously, as a heptathlete. But why is she an inspiration to you? Obviously, she competes for Adidas. She has a great kind of presence online. I mean, have you followed her for years? I mean, what's behind sort of that inspiration that you get from her?
So, well, for her, I was just really talking about just the journaling. If you were to ask me who my biggest one is, it's Parker Balby.
Parker? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Like, I am obsessed with her. She's like my home screen. Like, she is my biggest inspiration. And so
what's behind that? What's behind sort of, her experience or her career inspiring, your own?
Yeah, I think I remember watching her college races freshman year, and freshman year was kind of just like a fun year for me. I wasn't too into it yet, but I remember watching her and was like, wow, like and I don't know, like I'm seeing like this blonde girl on the track, and I'm like, she kind of looks like me. Maybe I could do that. And so I think her, and I love like her go about things,
Mm-hmm.
and just how like I think she is a very good like advocate of just not taking it too seriously, but like obviously taking it seriously, but you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
so I just like how she goes about like her mentality, and so I just want to replicate that.
A great balance. I would say on the track, she is an incredible competitor. And everyone always talks about Prefontaine being sort of this legendary figure. He always had that go, as you talked about. Parker never really lets anybody dictate her race. She races her own race.
Right.
When you talk about that go, is that what you're talking about? Like she determines, commands her races, and that's kind of how you want to achieve in your own career, or at
Yeah.
least sort of be mindful of.
Yeah, I think she just goes in with like such a great confidence, and like I think she is I from what I've seen of her and like watching like her interviews, her races, she just seems to be very lighthearted about it, and so I just kind of strive to be that, because I know like for a while like I struggle with like the pressure on myself, and like the lack of confidence, and just like I have to succeed or else it's like the end. And so I think she's been a great role model to like it's not the end. Like it like just have fun with it, because I have to remember like that's why I'm doing it. So
I love that. I think that's a great perspective to have, and really, all racing leads to the next race, ultimately. And you talked about the mentality behind performance. What have you learned the most about yourself this year?
this year um, I think I've learned how much I need my like how much I need to be rooted in my faith. Like that is just huge for me, and I think like I just have to remember like so my biggest thing right now is that God is not done. And so because that has been sticking with me ever since the end of school track season last year, because I ran at state for track, and I I was very like I was the only sophomore in that race, so it was kind of a rough one. But I just had to remember like um, God's not done, and so that's kind of what I've learned about myself, is like I can find so much comfort in that, and so I think it's just I think that helps me run a lot smoother and just more confidently. So
When you say God's not done, is God's not done preparing you for your path, or
I
what's that
think
mean exactly?
I think it can just be taken so many ways,
Yeah.
and I think that's kind of like um, what I get from it. Like, so I think it's just overall like he's not done. There's gonna be another race. There's gonna be more days, and there is going to be like a better thing coming. So
Love it. That's great perspective to have. And obviously, you've had great success this year, and it continues on. Now, I want to do something different I haven't done before. Do you use Chat GPT at all?
a little
A
bit,
little bit.
yeah.
Okay, so I know everyone's using Chat GPT nowadays,
Yeah.
so I wanted to ask Chat GPT what would it ask you, a talented high school runner. So we have 5 questions from Chat GPT toward you, Morgan. So answer the best you can. Okay, so first question: if your friends had to describe you using only 3 emojis, which one would they pick? Which ones would they pick?
Mm, okay, well, I think definitely the runner, because I don't stop talking about it. And if you know me, that's what it is. And so I think that's a very generic one, though. And then I think they would do probably the Well, I used the one a lot of like the like blushing one, and it has like the 3 hearts around it.
Okay.
So I think they might use that just because I use it all the time. And I don't know. And then probably just the laughing one.
Yeah.
Just because I can't take too much seriously when they.
Okay.
So.
Good ones. Very common ones. Okay. You get control of the school loudspeaker for 1 minute. What are you telling the school?
I think if we're going a more serious route, I would just want to say that Jesus loves them. And, like, I think I would love to just take that to promote my faith.
Okay. Fair. Giving people a little bit of, just your own sermon.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. All right. If you could trade lives with any fictional character for a day, who would it be? And why?
Ooh, wait. I feel like I could have an answer to this, but probably Rapunzel. She just seems to be like
In the castle?
yeah,
Okay.
or just like wherever.
Having a
Like,
time. She can't run though. She's stuck.
But she like escaped. Like she
Okay.
she seemed to be having a good time, and yeah.
Okay. All right, Rapunzel. All right, a couple more questions from ChatGPT. If your camera roll had sort of a trend or a vibe, what kind of photos most fill up your camera roll? Are selfies, food pics, memes, random screenshots? Like, somebody looks in your camera roll, what's the most common trend?
Yeah, probably a lot of screenshots, and I don't even know of what. Like screenshots, and then probably just like pictures of like me and my friends. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now we are in sort of the era of Gen Z at this point. What's a trend or a slang that is currently sort of like trending right now?
Well, I mean, it sounds stupid if I say it, but
Now I want to know.
you know the 6'7" thing? That's a huge thing right now.
I actually don't. I heard this on a podcast recently.
Yeah.
That it's like, I don't know what it is though. What
I
is
couldn't tell you. I know it comes from a song. I try not to say it. I just say it around the people I'm really close to.
Okay.
Because, but yeah, it's
a vague
you
trend.
hear that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I need to look it up. All right. Well, that was ChatGPT. Good questions, bad questions. What do you think?
They did all right.
All right, ChatGPT. Okay. And then last time we had an interview, Ready to Run had a couple questions which I thought were pretty pertinent being here, and they're interesting. What's the most miles you ever put on a shoe?
Okay, this summer I'm actually really excited about this because my
Yeah.
coach got really mad at me about this. Not really, but I got like a 1,100 over the summer.
Wow.
Because I used them like from cross country to summer track,
Mhm.
and then coming into this cross country season is when I finally got new shoes. No, I didn't. I used them throughout school track season and then through summer track.
Is it like a badge of honor to kind of
Yes.
wear your shoes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think, because it just like, I lose track like so quickly, but it does like track it on like with my watch, I think.
The mileage on your shoes?
Right.
Okay.
Mhm. I think it just automatically adds. I have it set up somehow, but yeah, so this summer I kept seeing like, okay, now you're at like 500 on this pair of shoes, and then we just kept going, and then by the time we were at like 800, I was like, I might as well get to 1,000.
Yeah,
so.
it became a goal.
Yeah.
It became a goal. Okay, very cool. What were they? What shoe?
They're my HOKA Mach 6s. Those are the ones I have been like repeatedly getting.
And did you get new Hokas?
I did.
So you're a Hoka girl.
I am.
Hoka gal.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Hoka spikes?
I don't wear Hoka spikes.
Nike.
No, I wear Nike. Yeah.
Cool. Next question naturally is, what is your rotation from trainers to speed work to spikes?
You know, like I don't really have one. I have one pair of training shoes. They're my HOKA Mach 6s.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I race, I wear my, what are they? I want to say dragonflies.
Okay. Okay.
That might be right. I don't remember actually, but that's pretty much
That gets
it.
the job done.
All of my training gets done in my HOKAs,
Yeah.
which I don't know if it's the best thing, but that's what I do, and it's worked. So
Love it.
yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Okay. Now we're finishing up with a couple questions. Obviously, as we said, regional championships are coming up. Got to qualify for states first.
Right.
But I guess when we look at the state cross country championships on a scale of 10, where do they sit for you and why? How important are they for you, I guess, going into your junior year, and why?
So how important is state is?
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's it in your mind at this point?
I think state is all that is on my mind right now. Like I want it, like I'm excited for it, and it also has a way of putting my stomach in knots. Like I especially just like kind of with the breakout season that I've seemed to have, like that's what it's kind of felt like for me. And so I think it's going to be really exciting because I haven't come in with this kind of potential before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think state is big on my mind right now. So high on that scale. I don't know number, but high on that scale.
But you do have this sense that more people are sort of talking about what you're capable of doing, or coming up to you and saying, "Hey, Morgan, how was your last race?"
Yeah.
And you're learning in real time how to deal with all of that.
Yeah, I think there's definitely been a lot more eyes and a lot more said to me. And then, like, you get into, like, the miles foot articles that are posted and you're seeing, and I'm like, wow, this is what the media is like.
Yeah.
Like, what? But that's such a small scale, but it's just, like, yeah, I think I'm definitely going in with more eyes. But I think I just have to remember to be grateful for it, which is hard. But, like, I think this is what I worked for.
Yeah.
And so I think it's going to be good no matter what happens, because I know it's his plan, and it's also just what I've been wanting. So
Yeah, and that was my follow-up. You've put in all the work. You've done everything that you've needed to have a great season. So have you already gotten the result you wanted from the year, or what is the best outcome for you as you look at it? It is kind of tough to look at because you have this super high goal. Do you come up with it, or do you come up short? Like, how do you view success? What's a successful outcome for you in 2025 then?
I think I know that no matter what, I'm going to put my all out there. And so I think I just have to remember that is success. But I think a big thing for me is, like, never being satisfied. And so, like, I think I'm going to be, like, proud of myself in what I do. But, yeah, I think a big thing, like, for me this season is, like, okay, but I'm not satisfied. Like, I still want more. And so, like, I've had great races. Like, I ran a 17:44 at Westlake, and I was not expecting that, honestly, but I felt really good during that race. And so, but that's not where I stop. And so I think success just keeps building, and so you just have to keep building on it. So
Great way to look at it. One final question. It's a very easy one. What is the feeling that running gives you in your life?
I think it just clears my head. Like, and I know a lot of people say that, but it's true. Like, running just clears your head, and, like, yeah, it helps me forget about a lot, and I think it's just amazing. I think runner's high is obviously a thing, and so I think that's what it's done for me. And so I'm just happy that I am someone who is enjoying it and just loving it. And so, I mean, I would flat out say, like, I'm in love with running. Like, it's been a great thing to have. So.
Cool. And you are a junior, so you're traversing the college recruitment period at this point too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Learning about it as we're going at this point?
A little bit. We're not fully into it yet.
Yeah.
I am really excited to get started with the process.
Okay.
But I think right now I'm trying to get through cross country.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I've, like, decided. Like, I'm going to get through cross country, and then we're going to really get into it. But yeah, I'm really excited for the process. But yeah, it's going to be exciting.
We'll see where it takes you. You
Right.
obviously are headed for, great things, college athletics at some point, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
That's the plan right now.
We'll get through high school first, though. Morgan, thank you so much for
Yes.
being with me, and you obviously had a great season, so well-warranted being here, and best of luck at
Thank
Regents
you.
in Huntsville.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This has been another episode of On the Mark. We're at Ready to Run, and we will be back next time with another interview. Thanks.